Welcome to my First Things First, Nick Wright's quarterback mound. The most accurate, the most grounded, the most unbiased quarterback rankings in the world. I mean, that's what it was voted as, the most accurate rankings in the world. I do my quarterback rankings a little bit differently. It is just focused on this past week. It is not a rich tapestry. It has nothing to do with what you did last year, what you had to do the year before that, how many MVPs you have, how many Super Bowls you got. It's got nothing to do with that. Absolutely, positively nothing to do with that. It is intended to be able to move a lot week to week to week. That's what makes it fun. One day you could be at the top, one day you can be at the bottom. Just the way it goes. That's how you have fun, and that is what we are doing. Now, to be fair too, this mound right now, because the way how this season's been unfolding, I don't consider the past, but there is still a reference of what your team needs, what they're asking you to do. Sometimes you suffer the consequences of being a great quarterback and you're going up against a terrible team, and it's just like, yeah, that's only so impressive. And sometimes you're a quarterback going up against a bad team, but you get boosted because your team really needed you to have a great game. You're coming off of an injury, whatever it may be, and you'll see that happen in this mountain right now as well. The other thing is sometimes you didn't do anything wrong or you had a good game and you're still lower on the mountain. It's not because you're bad, not because you did anything wrong. It's just other quarterbacks were more impressive, even if they lost, whatever it may be. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump right into it. This first one, this quarterback is actually not on the mountain right now, and this is going to set off and trigger a lot of people. It's not my fault that he literally had a worse game, okay? A worse game than Chex Notes, Cam Ward, Bryce Young, Davis Mills. I mean, it's not my fault. It's truly not my fault. So he's not even on the mountain. He's in the woods. He's in the trees right at the base of the mountain. Again, it's not my fault. I kind of make the rules here, but I really don't. I just follow them. It's not my fault. He played absolutely awful, and it was all an incredibly important game. 44% completion percentage, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, just a brutal game. 55.2 passer rating. 57.2 passer rating. Sorry, didn't mean to undercut you there. Cam Ward had a 78.3 passer rating. Just so we all know. And before you want to say, oh, well, injuries to the O-line, pressures, Drake May was pressured 20 times. Jacoby Brissett was pressured 19 times. Patrick Mahomes was pressured 18 times. Caleb Williams was pressured 18 times. Michael Penix was pressured 18 times. Jared Goff was pressured 18 times. Geno Smith was pressured 18 times. Dak Prescott was pressured 16 times. They all were pressured a lot. None of them played as poorly as Patrick Mahomes. Nothing I can do. I am truly sorry. You're a hater. Now we got this bottom, the true bottom level. Now again, this is a mix of quarterbacks. It's not like they necessarily did anything inherently terrible. I don't think Jared Goff, the difference between the Lions winning and losing is Jared Goff. Trevor Lawrence, it's not like he really did anything exceptionally poor or great. Tua obviously didn't have the best game, although they were competitive in that first half. Then things got a little weird. Daniel Jones was also a mess, but Daniel Jones was under duress a ton more than Patrick Mahomes, honestly. I mean, he was getting whacked just nonstop. The strip sacks, unfortunate for him. Daniel Jones could have been in the woods too, but Daniel Jones, just is what it is. And Dak Prescott, I live streamed that game. I'm making this video literally right after live streaming and watching this game. And again, it's not like Dak was the problem here. A lot of times this bottom level is just a mix of quarterbacks who were kind of a problem. Sometimes it's winning quarterbacks. Like, it's just, what are you going to do? The other quarterbacks just impressed me. Dak, a lot of times you're at the bottom because you weren't a solution for your team. Or if you won, but you didn't have a huge part of it, even if you didn't do anything inherently wrong. Now, we're getting higher and higher and higher. We got Mac Jones. That's what I'm saying, man. Mac Jones is still playing great. He really is. You have to be impressed with what Mac Jones has been doing. You really do. Again, it's not like he did anything extraordinary, but 79.2 completion percentage, 235 yards, 9.8 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. Just really impressive. As a backup quarterback, 135.2 passer rating. I mean, like, come on, man. That's crazy. Bo Nix had his stereotypical game right now. The Broncos offense as a whole, but he was going up against an elite defense. That defense is for real. That defense is special. And really, Bo Nix is up there mainly because of what he did in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, had over 100 yards. Had the touchdown as well as the field goal to win the game. Had a huge run that put them in field goal position in the first place. If he doesn't have that, he's going to be at the bottom. But he's been the best quarterback in the fourth quarter, so he's continuing that trend and really, really impressive. Jackson Dart, man. Jackson Dart has like everything going against him right now. The Giants are an absolute mess. He's got so much on his shoulders right now, and he's answering the call, man. He's answering the call, running for his life, 72.7 completion percentage, 191 passing yards, 5.8 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. And what was his rushing yard? He was the leading rusher for his team with 56 yards, 8 carries for 56, and a rushing touchdown, so 3 total touchdowns. You know, I mean, he is that team right now. And it's impressive. He's a rookie. He's impressive. Aaron Rodgers, he's playing as great as you could ask for. Dude's taking shots. He took a shot against the Colts that I was like, I can't believe it's. I'm surprised it's like not like a cartoon where his head is just completely spun around. Like, I'm like, what are you even doing taking that hits right now? He's playing great. He's been really, really, really impressive. He absolutely commands that offense. You took down the Indianapolis Colts, who have been an awesome team. That was like a total team win, but they forced, I think they had 24 points off of turnovers, and they scored 27. Every time the Steelers got him a turnover, he turned it into points. Turned it into touchdowns. He deserves a tremendous credit for that. Jacoby Brissett, I wasn't even going to put you on there. And then I was like, I got it. I mean, like, he's playing fantastic. He really, really is. He's so impressive. The way how these older quarterbacks are playing right now. Again, the Dallas Cowboys defense is obviously not this great team by any stretch of the imagination, but he was making some big plays. He was taking a beating too. This is an old quarterback. He got sacked 5 times, but he was smart. He took care of the ball. He never put it in harm's way. 115.1 passer rating, 21 for 31, 261 yards, 8.4 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. And he was making some big-time throws. He made some big-time throws, set up Marvin Harrison Jr. to have his most career receptions in his career, more than Kyler Murray, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. He had the 50-yard pass to Wilson. Just happy for you, man. Happy for you that you're still in the NFL, you're still playing, you're still winning, and your team believes in you. So that's awesome to see. This is an incredibly difficult row right here. Again, Matthew Stafford played great. No hate towards Stafford. But really who you're going up against, that's what I was saying before. Like, he takes a hit. Like, he obviously had a great game, 75% completion percentage, 281 yards, 8.8 yards per attempt, 4 touchdowns. I could have easily had him higher, but I had him on with Drake May, Justin Herbert, and Michael Penix. Michael Penix played great as well. All that you could ask for him. It was a great game between the Patriots and the Falcons. Drake May played really, really good. He did what he needed. He had some really, really, really special throws. I mean, it's not just his bottom line numbers, because his bottom line numbers in this game, it wasn't necessarily spectacular, and he had the 1 interception. But I do think the Falcons have a great defense, and for me, the Falcons have always been so binary. They're so up and down, and I think we saw a great game from them. I think we saw a great game from both teams. Again, there wasn't much in the second half, specifically for the Patriots, so it was like a little bit of a tale of 2 halves, but I think considering what both those quarterbacks did and how they both played, I'm comfortable putting them there right now, because I think it was just a really complete competitive game, where it was kind of like, a who's who game at that point. And Justin Herbert, I mean, again, also not necessarily going up against some dominant force of a team by any stretch of the imagination, but the guy literally has no O-line. His run game is, there, it's not there, it's there, it's not there. This guy just has the weight of his shoulders, the weight of the world on his shoulders. It's absolutely insane. I mean, he was also the leading rusher, 9 carries, 57 yards. I mean, he had 6 sacks. Okay, 9 carries for 57 yards. He's taken a beating, 3 total touchdowns, 19 for 29, 250 yards, 8.6 yards per attempt. I'm truly, truly, truly not trolling Mahomes here by any stretch of the imagination, but I am highlighting this because it's like we have these other quarterbacks that are getting ravaged, that are getting wrecked, and they are succeeding, and they deserve credit. They deserve praise. We can't just do it for Josh Allen. We can't just do it for Lamar. We can't just do it for Jen. Can't defend Mahomes. Oh, no, well, you got to give credit where credit is due. I could have also elevated Justin Herbert in this moment, but he was going up against the Titans, and the Titans are obviously a mess, so it's like, what are you going to do? But like I said, the way how you do these rankings, it actually is harder because I don't have the past now as a reference. I'm not saying, well, weeks 1 through 5 to help carry me. When you have games like this, you're like, what do I do with Stafford? What do I do with Penix? Like, he played great, but they've lost, like it's a lot harder than it seems, honestly. There's really no true right or wrong answer, which to me makes it more interesting from a conversation standpoint. Now we keep climbing. This one, things are getting weird. We got Lamar Jackson. Caleb Williams, and Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, and J.J. McCarthy. The guy's played so little, I don't even know his name. J.J. McCarthy, we'll start with J.J. If you just watch the box score, you'd say, what's so impressive about him? Again, on the road, huge underdog against the Detroit Lions, a team that had been playing really well, great physical defense, got to Baker Mayfield all day, every day. This Minnesota Vikings team has been reeling. I'm very firm. I made multiple videos and highlighted Dan Orlovsky talking about how even if you brought in another quarterback, they're not, it's not solving these problems. And to be fair, that Vikings game was a team win. It wasn't about J.J. McCarthy putting that team on his back. But he did everything you needed him to do. He did everything you needed him to do. He made some really, really, really beautiful high-level throws, high-level plays. He made the play of the game to ice the game, which was just a gorgeous back shoulder ball. He ran it in for a touchdown, was connecting with Justin Jefferson. It was just a great game by him. And considering he hadn't played, it was his 3rd game, I think, in his NFL career on the road, coming back from an injury, all this weird stuff, soft benching. Talk about the weight of the world on him. Like, I said that with Herbert and whatnot, and even Jackson Dart, but like, this guy has a different level of weight on his shoulders. Jackson Dart, the Giants are excited about Jackson Dart. They're sold on Jackson Dart. The fans are sold on Jackson Dart. Justin Herbert. The Vikings, people are like, I don't know what is going on with JJ, and I just think that was a huge game by him. So wildly impressed with him. Caleb Williams. Again, I mean, when you have the game that you had and the craziness of how that game unfolded, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, a receiving touchdown as well. I forget if he had a rushing touchdown or not, but definitely the receiving touchdown. It wasn't even, again, it's not even the box score. This isn't where I'm just taking the guys with the best box score or something like that. The throws that he was making on the run, it was against the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals have a terrible defense. I hear that loud and clear, but I always try to I always try to look beyond just how bad the defense is. It's like, are you throwing to open wide receivers? Are you just throwing like little 5-yard passes that then your guys are just taking it to the house? Like, is it just nothing but screen passes? Like, what's the story here? He definitely benefited from a hugely dominant run game and some brilliant play calling, but he also made some beautiful scrambles, beautiful throws on the run. I really was impressed. I was not impressed with Caleb against the Dallas Cowboys. I was impressed against the Cincinnati Bengals game. Even though it was the Bengals, I still think it was really impressive. Then we got Lamar Jackson. Again, this game was hardly special for Lamar, but he had been injured. He had been banged up. Yes, you're going against the Dolphins, but this team is desperate. The Ravens are absolutely desperate. I think mathematically they can't lose a single game. And you had people like Nick Wright trying to be like, he's going to be rusty and what like that. And I totally denounced that. And he had a 78.3% completion percentage, 204 yards, 8.9 yards per attempt, 4 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 143.2. So if that, and he only took 2 sacks on 12 pressures, which is a good pressure to sack percentage. So if that is rusty, then sign me up. He had an adjusted completion percentage of 85.7. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. That was a great game, even if it was against a bad defense. And again, if this was a normal Lamar Jackson game, if Lamar Jackson wasn't injured, if the Dolphins, if the Ravens weren't in desperate need, then yes, this game he would have also been, more at the bottom, would have suffered, a similar fate as like a Sam Darnold, for instance, or excuse me, of a Matthew Stafford. Now, unfortunately, we got Jane Daniels. Jane Daniels is on his own little. He's like in like a recovery center right now to the side. I originally still had him on the mountain because this guy's coming back from an injury. This guy is literally putting his life and his career on the line. Like I said to you before, getting pressured nonstop. Needed to be the leading rusher until he got taken out of the game. The Commanders were asking this guy to do every single thing he could to try to save his season, their season, and they hung him out to dry. I'm really annoyed by it. But he's got nothing but respect from me. So he's not going to be on the mountain for the rest of the year because he's injured and I won't be playing. But he's got to be there for now. And we got Sam Darnold and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, man, is balling. I mean, everyone's trying to get into this whole weird debate now about Joe Flacco and Joe Burrow. Not really in the mood for that, but the guy threw 4 touchdowns. He had 2 interceptions, but the one interception was just a Hail Mary where he literally could not, I feel like I could have thrown further than that, but still he played great. 470 yards, career high. To have your career high in yards when you're 40 years old and playing for a team that you've only played a handful of games, pretty crazy. 66% completion percentage. I mean, what else could you ask this man to do? A 109.4 passer rating. Just wildly impressive. Sam Darnold. This was actually the hardest one because I'm like, Sam Darnold could clearly be at the top. But again, it's not just an individual game. It's not just who technically had this best individual game. What are the stakes involved? Who are you playing? But he was obviously out of his mind. 330 yards, 87.5% completion percentage. Just literally perfect. Had a passer rating of 141. I mean, just an absolutely brilliant game. He had, I think it was 17 straight completions with 4 touchdowns to start the game. 17 straight completions, 4 touchdowns, perfect passer rating, obviously, and I think it ended up being like 290 some yards to 6 different receivers. Horton, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Just brilliant game, absolutely brilliant game. But the man of the week is none other than Josh Allen at the tippy top of the mountain. That man, truly, we say perfect passer rating, this or that. Those words get lost a lot of times. But he literally was 23 for 26, 88.5% completion percentage, 273 yards, 1 touchdown. But multiple rushing and a 123.2 passer rating against an elite defense, the Kansas City Chiefs, against Patrick Mahomes. He was flawless. His adjusted completion percentage was 96, which was the best in the NFL this week. 96. That's just wild, man. I mean, to play that perfect, to play that flawless, use his legs in key moments to pick up yards and first downs against, again, the Kansas City Chiefs in a time when you couldn't say that the Bills were really playing that great a ball. Yeah, they rolled the Panthers and all of that. I think they rolled the Panthers. They beat the Panthers at least. And it's just like, that means nothing. You're the Buffalo Bills. You're Josh Allen. He had a little bit of a get right game, and so I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and Josh Allen the benefit of the doubt because you were you had 2 bad weeks against the Patriots and the Falcons. But this game was huge. Just, pretty extraordinary game and wildly impressive. So Josh Allen is at the top of the mountain. Of course, no Baker, no Jalen, Forget who else we're missing because they obviously had buys. They didn't play, so they are not there. But there you have it. The most accurate, the most unbiased, the most real, the greatest quarterback mountain, quarterback rankings in the world. That's cool. I'm so grateful to be voted the most accurate in the world and the most unbiased in the world. It means a lot. It means a lot. It can bring a tear to my eye. It does bring tears to my eyes. It's just beautiful. It's just an honor, and I'm very grateful that that's how you guys feel about me. You always say it in the comment section. You're always like, "Oh my God, you're the best. You're the greatest. You're so unbiased. You're not a hater. You're so grounded. You have the best takes." And I'm like, thank you guys. Thank you. I do it for you. So I appreciate it. I really, really do. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, again, I'm always trying to figure out how to do this in the most realistic, most grounded way possible. And it can get weird sometimes. Sometimes it is really straightforward. Other times it's like, what do you do with Joe Flacco? What do you do with Jared Goff, who again didn't play bad by any stretch of the imagination, but Jackson Dart carried a bigger shoulder, even though they lost, pretty good by the 49ers. It's just the way how I view it, and that's the benefit of being able to view this on a singular weekly basis, and really try to consider all the other circumstances. I just think it just adds, more flexibility and more fun. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about my mountain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.